Mr. K Online.
Hi guys, and welcome to Exploring Heat Rises. Today you're going to be doing a couple of experiments to find out if heat rises or if cold rises relative to each other. Let's find out. Okay, first of all I got to say bye to Urkel. Bye Urkel, I'll talk to you later on, okay? Bye. Okay, first things first, what things will you need for today's experiment? Well, before we get into that, I really want to give you a warning and a heads up today. You will need an adult for today's experiments because today's experiments involve heat, which is dangerous and you could get burnt. And I don't want that to happen, so please make sure when you do today's experiments, you have adults with you. Okay, excellent. Now, what will you need? Getting back to that. Well, one thing you will need is a straw. And I've actually got something here that's like straw, but it's not exactly straw. If you can find a straw that's clear, fantastic. But to be honest with you, finding straws that are plastic and clear these days are like finding hen's teeth. Okay? Do you have teeth? No. Oh, so there you go. So I like finding hen's teeth. So what I had to do was I got a pen and I pulled out the casing. I pulled out the internal things, you know, like the ink and stuff, and I've just got the casing here, which is nice and clear. Awesome. So you need one of those. Now, apart from that, you will also need food colouring. Okay, so which you got the red for the hot stuff we're going to be dealing with, and blue for the cold stuff we're going to be dealing with. You'll also need cold water. So there's some cold water. I've already put some food dye in this one, so I've put blue in there. Okay, so there's cold water, and you'll also need hot water, and I've already put red in there, food colouring in there, so there's the red hot water and the blue cold water. Now, for the second experiment today, you will need also a tea bag, but this tea bag I've already taken the contents out of. You'll have to do this, and then make a little bit of a tube. Oi, Captain, is there an island over there? Ah! It was me. So you'll need that. And apart from that, another adult item you'll be dealing with today is this, which is a lighter. So you need adults with you today when you do these experiments. Awesome. Okay, so step number one. What is step number one? Let's have a quick look in the first experiment. Oh, sorry, lighter. Let's look at step number one in the first experiment. Okay, so what you're going to do is put your dyes into your glasses. Now, I've already done that earlier on. I opened these up and put some red in there, and I opened the blue one up, put some blue in that one. So that's the first thing you've got to do. The next thing, so the blue's in the cold, yeah? Okay, cool. The next thing you have to do is put a straw in the hot water and make a vacuum seal. Okay, and the straw. So don't put your straw in all the way either to the bottom. You've got to only go in, you know, a little bit of the way. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do that. Straw in to the hot water. Finger on the top. Oh, look at that. I've grabbed some water. Actually, I might grab a little bit more. Let's put it in a little bit further. There we go. Ah, there we go. We've got water in there. See the red water? Excellent. Finger on top, creating the vacuum. Then go across to your cold water. Put it in, but put it down further than the hot water. Take your thumb off and put it back on. Oh, and then lift it out. How fascinating. Look at this. The red and the blue have not mixed. And why do you think that might be? I wonder why they haven't mixed. That's fascinating. Yeah, okay. I'm going to turn them upside down now and see what happens. So the cold's on the bottom, the hot's on the top, and you can see them, they haven't mixed. Let's go. Oh! They've mixed! Did you see that? The blue came down and mixed straight away with the red, which is the hot water. So the cold water started to go down, and the red water, it looks like what I can see, went up. So they've mixed straight away. Whereas when we did the hot on the top before, it stayed there, and then the cold was down at the bottom. Just hot rise. Interesting. Okay, good. Okay, so let's just get rid of that. That was experiment number one. Okay, great. So we might put that over there. Let's have a quick discussion about this quickly. Okay, so why didn't the water mix together on the first one? Well, the reason basically is, you might know the answer, I'd say already, is that hot rises. So it stayed at the top, right? And when we put the new cold water in, the cold water stayed at the bottom because cold doesn't rise relative to hot. Fascinating. Wow. And then we turned it upside down, and the hot was on the bottom, and the cold was on the top, and instantly the hot rose and mixed with the cold because the cold came down and they mixed. Fascinating. Hot or warm things rise. Wow. I wonder why. Let's do our next experiment and try and find out. Okay, so on to our next experiment. I want you to take out your tea bags and take out the contents like I said before. Then you'll have a cylinder like this one, and I've made a couple today because I've tried to do this before and I've had a couple of fails. But anyway, so here we go. Nice and hollow. Get them standing up like this, like little rockets. There we go. So we'll do one and we'll see if that goes, and if it doesn't, we'll get the second one up and going. So what do you do next? Okay, so set the tea bag on fire at its top. Okay, so let's see what happens. Here we go. Remember, you need an adult. Well, normally, to be honest with you, normally I think I've seen this before, and it normally flies up in the air. I'm a little bit worried because that's the second time I've done this and it hasn't worked. Who knows why? I wonder why. Anyway, maybe your tea bags will work better than mine. Here we go, next one. Try this. Try again. Never give up, Mr. K. Oh, there's a little bit of ash that went up. The ash went up. Oh, it was so close going up. Okay, so normally some of the times what happens is the tea bag is there, and what happens is the embers fly up. And actually I saw some little embers flying up, and it was interesting that the smoke went up as well. You know, why doesn't smoke go down? Oh, think about that. I wonder why smoke doesn't go up. And embers, why did the embers go up? Okay, well, let's talk about that a little bit more. Okay, so hot water or hot air, this is the reason why you've seen the hot stuff rise. Hot air and hot water, they are not as dense, which means they don't have as many atoms in them as cold water in such a small space. So if you had something that was like cold water and you had hot water, okay, normally what would be the case would be that if they were the same level on the glass, the hot water would actually be possibly a little bit lighter than the cold water because there's less atoms in the hot stuff. Hot things have less atoms in them and more space between the atoms, and the atoms move around really quickly, whereas cold things, the atoms are closer together and they're not moving around. So thus, hot things or warm things become lighter than cold things around them. Excellent, because they've got less atoms in them. Awesome. Listen, thanks for watching today. Good luck with your experiments. See you later. Bye. Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you've enjoyed the content or you just want to show your support, please just click the subscribe button down below. You hitting the subscribe button lets me know that you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe.